Hey guys, Toby again. Okay, so changes, guys, and we are not happy. Shadow Priest, we are not happy. Here's not good. All right, so I'm gonna go over the changes, what's going on in PvP, and then specifically Shadow Priest. I want to alarm you guys. I don't want to scare you guys, but Shadow Priest out there, if you thought it was hard already, you're about to get a lot harder, especially if you're a new Shadow Priest. Let's get into it. Okay, so first thing they're doing, which is a good thing for us at least, is here they are going back and changing the crit values from 175 to 150. That does mean the game's gonna be less bursty. Great thing. Good start. Goes downhill real quick, guys. Talk about crowd control. In September, we published a post. Both discussed and recognized that crowd control is a continuous point of concern from players in PvP. I don't know where they get this from. There's a lot of micro CC, but not regular CC. It's not the biggest issue. It's all that micro stuff. But their comment. In the next patch in Embers of Netherian, players will see the first step of this as we are making targeted adjustments for crowd control durations in PvP. I'm not going to read all this, but essentially they're nerfing all crowd control CC. Essentially, like 90% of it. So we're just going to skip down a little bit so I can show you. So something they're doing here, just so you guys know, is they are making precog no longer PvP talent, but they're making it an embellishment that you can put on your gear that will count as an embellishment. So essentially, every single person can get cognition, right? So if we go here, open this page up real quick, to show the CCs. Scroll down. I have another page open that we're gonna look at for specifically Shadow Priest. Here we go. Right down here, here's all the crowd control changes. Druid going from 4 seconds to 3 seconds on their stun. Mage counterspell is now 5 instead of 6. Monk is 3 instead of 4. Paladin 3 instead of 4. Rogue 3 instead of 5. Shaman 2 instead of 3. And all these are great for Shadow Priest if we get kicked in our one school. Yes, that's true. But you also got to remember when you're playing against these classes, if they get locked out by someone on your team, then what? Right? Exactly. Warlock 5, Pummel from Warriors is now 3 seconds. Melee essentially are all 3. I just said, just reverting real quick. I said Skull Bashes are stunned. That's actually their interrupt. Why I thought they're stunned. Anyways, stuns are going down 2, which we'll go ahead and go into that. Also, something you guys should know is the 2 set is no longer going to provide CC reduction in the next season. Neither is the crafted belt for us or boots for other people. So that 15% is no longer there, and this is kind of the offset to the 15% that they're doing here for the kicks and such, but some are getting a lot more nerfed. Death Knight, for instance, down here, Blinding Sleet is 4 instead of 5. Asphyxiate is 3 instead of 5. They're stunned. Spell Eruption is now 3 instead of 4 for Demon Hunters. Angling Roots, so Roots are getting hit too. 2 seconds there. Hibernate is down by 2 seconds. Entanglement. Ursar's Vortex, the duration is even lower by 4 seconds. That's a huge nerf for trying to run away. Landslide Root is down 2 seconds. Freezing Trap, this is the big one, down from 8 to 6 seconds. Steel Trap down from 8 to 6 seconds. Scatter Shot down from 4 to 3, and Intimidation Stun is down from 5 to 3. So that took almost a 50% nerf there. Pretty insane. Mage Poly is now 6 instead of 8. Same thing for Mass Poly. Ring of Frost, 6 instead of 8. So, again, a pretty hefty nerf there. Paladin, it's pretty much the same trend, right? Stun, Blinding Light, they're all going down. Okay, so for Priest, us, Mind Control, 8 instead of 6. That's okay. We're not spamming Mind Control anyways. We're trying to just use it to get out. We don't really hold full duration Mind Control, so that's not the biggest deal. I don't think any of us are using Shackle Undead. At least I'm not. We did take a hit on our stun though, right? No silence touched, so that's a good thing. Very unique. Our silence was not touched. Cross fingers. Wasn't touched, but our stun was to be in line with other stuns. Rogue took a big hit, guys. Huge hit for you rogue players out there. 8 to 5 on your blind, which means you can no longer blind sap, right? They won't be out of combat, so no longer blind sap. Sap duration itself is down 2 seconds. And then kidney shot is down 1 second overall. So it's 5 instead of 5 seconds instead of 6. 4, 3, 2, so on and so forth. Shaman Earth Grab is down from 8 to 6, so in line with the other brutes, and then so is their Hex, which is in line with Poly. Same thing here with Warlock, it literally just follows a trend. 8 to 6, 8 to 6 on Banish and Seduction. Axe Toss, their stun is on 3. Grimoire of Belgar, which is their stun / interrupt, is down to 3 from 4. And then their Spell Lock is in line with the other Spell Locks. Hard Spell Locks from 6 to 5. Warrior Stonebolt went down from 4 to 3, so it looks like all micro stuns are lined up together as well. Then we go down in here into other changes for PvP talents. One thing I will tell you guys, I'm pretty sad about. Shadow Priest didn't get any PvP talents. But we did lose a very important one, and I will show you guys when we scroll down here. We don't care about Blood Decay, Evoker, Divide and Conquer, Deep Breath, Forms, Curtains of Fire, preventing line of sight. The enemies outside its walls. Oh, so it's that thing that it used to have before they took it away. That little wall, I think, is what it looks like. Soup range is increased by 5 yards right here. Oh, whoa, holy crap. Roar Sacrifice has been removed from a PvP talent. Roar Sacrifice is now a talent in the core tree. Okay. There we go. Interlope has been redesigned. Misdirection now causes your pet to redirect the next 3 hostile spell casts on you to them. Misdirection's cooldown is increased by 15 seconds. Your pet must be within 20 yards. Oh, damn. Okay, so they get essentially a like a spell warden type situation. That's gonna be pretty annoying to deal with hunters there. Like their own personal spell reflect, essentially. Pretty sad. Dragon Cell Armor PvP talent has been removed. I don't even know what that did. I think that's the one that reduces dot damage, right? I think that's what it is. Marksman Range Finesse PvP talent has been redesigned. Casting Aim Shot provides you with Ranger's Finesse. After gaining 3 stacks of Ranger's Finesse, increase your next volley's range and duration by 50% of your next bursting shot. Flow by 50% and its knockback distance. Cool. New PvP talent for survival. Sticky Tar Bomb. Throw a sticky tar bomb that coats your target's weapons with tar. So they get a disarm. After the 4 seconds, the disarm essentially explodes. Oh shit, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I like that. Other enemies that are hit by explosion are affected by sticky tar bomb, but this effect cannot spread further. So they get hit and then hit again, but that's it. And then sticky tar has been removed, which I don't know what that is either. Mages, Netherwind Armor has been removed. Prismatic Cloak has been removed. They got a 5% Arcane Missile buff. I read this a second ago, and this is strange. Kleptomania has been redesigned. So instead of stealing all the hots and buffs on somebody, it says it unleashes a flurry of magic onto your target, stealing a beneficial magic effect every half a second for 4 seconds. So 8 buffs. Castable while moving. So it's going to have a cast effect, or a cast time. But movement speed is reduced by 40% while channeling. So essentially, you have to I don't know why people would ever take this. You have to cast it without getting kicked, hopefully, which is going to be on Arcane School, so your only school, and then it stacks up for. I don't know, that's weird. I would assume half the hots would be gone by then. Let's see here. Mass Invis PvP talent now has a 10-second duration. Breaks. So okay, so it's got nerfed. If any actions are taken, it replaces. If any action is taken, it breaks, so they can't do Mass Invis Ring anymore, and replaces Invisibility when learned. So they're not gonna have Invis or Mat. They can have one or the other. Oh shit. Okay. Arcane Empowerment has been removed. I think that's that buffs their damage, right? I'm not 100% sure what that does either. I think it's the buff to their damage. I'm not a mage main by any means. World of Flames has been redesigned. Empower Flame Strike deals up to 200% more damage based on enemies' distance from the center of the flame, like based on where you get hit in the ring on. Glass Cannon is now being Now increases damage of fireball and scorch by 100%, was 40, so a big increase there. I don't know how much that's going to mean. They're not really ever standing still. And I think that's what glass cannon is, right? It was when you're standing still, you stack up damage. Is that what that is? Or is that something else? Maybe I'm thinking of something else. And now also increases damage of Mastery Ignite. Additionally, the maximum health reduction is now 20%, was 15. Yeah, see, I don't know that. Yeah, I wish I knew these talents. I just don't remember any of these. Like, I just don't remember them. Huh. Probably should, right? Frost, new PP talent, Icy Feet. When your Frozen Nova or Water Elemental freezes dispelled, so whenever the root's dispelled, or removed, become immune to snares for 3 seconds. So that's pretty fucking cool. They can't be slowed for 3 seconds. This effect can only occur once every 10 seconds. Chill to the bone has been removed. Oh no, that's unfortunate. Monk. See Monk here. Chrysalis removed from PvP talents. That's the one that reduces their cocoon, I believe. Located on the choice node. Oh, gets a choice node. Never mind. Thunderous Focus T PvP talent has been redesigned. Thunderous Focus T can now additionally cause Crackling Jade Lightning knockback immediately, or cause roll and Chi Torpedo to refund a charge on use and heal you. But they can kite. Kind of cool. New PvP talent, Fey Accord. Phaline Stomp's cooldown is reduced by 20 seconds. Enemies struck by the Phaline Stomp are slowed by 70% for 8 seconds. Kind of cool. It's to keep them in your Phaline Accord. That's kind of cool. For Fistweaver, this looks good for Fistweaver. Pally, Holy Pally. Flash of Light is increased by 50%, was 25. Holy Light, 100%, was 75. Light's Grace has been removed. Alright, here we go. Some priest changes here. Let's see what we got here. Holy, the bounce radius of prayer mending has been increased, so it can go farther. Prayer mending healing has been increased by 50%. Okay, so more. It's gonna be good for. Yeah, all these changes make me think dot cleaves are coming up, which is a good thing. Prayer mending healing increased by 50%. Cardinal mending PvP talent has been removed. Huh. All right. Power word barrier effectiveness increased by 100% in PvP. Okay. Doma Light has been removed. Which is that I believe this right here was their a talent for them to increase that. All right, here we go. Some shadow stuff. Sad day, guys. Mind spike damage has been reverted, so it was reduced by 25. Essentially, it's actually still less. It was reduced by 25, but now it's increased by 25 from where it's currently at. Or are they reverting it and then increasing it? So this. I hate these kind of tooltips. It says it was reduced by 25%, but then it says now increased by 25%. But if it was increased by 25% after the nerf to 25%, it's still nerfed from where it was. But if they're removing the 25% and then increasing it, that's a good thing. Which means we're getting a pretty big buff on Mind Spike. Vampiric Touch is damage is no longer reduced in PvP. That's great, which means we're not losing the 5%. We're getting a buff. Okay. This is the sad one right here, guys, because this is what I've been running. Most of you guys have been running. Void Origins has been removed. Not removed and been in a choice node. It's gone. It means no more instant cast Void Eruptions or Dark Ascension. That's sad. That's really hard because a lot of time you're running this talent because you can't cast to begin with. So little sad here, a little scary. Now we do get that we're gonna be forced, I think, to put that precog embellishment on so we can juke a kick past the Void Origins. It's gonna change the gameplay, guys. It's gonna change the gameplay again, but okay. We're gonna persevere. That's all we got too. That's at least PvP wise, talent wise. Dagger in the Dark PvP talent has been redesigned. Each second while stealth is active, nearby enemies within 12 yards take an additional 2% damage from you for 10 seconds, stacking 6 times, so 12% more damage. Subtlety has a Distracting Mirage PvP talent. Slow value has been increased to 60 from 30, so they get more of a slow. Season Winds, that's the one that gives them more damage here. Is now available to all specializations. Was elemental in the enhancement. Season Winds now lasts 18 seconds and stack up 3 times. Oh shit, okay. Static Field Totem is now available to all specializations, so that's good for Resto. They can kite better, put down Static Field, run away, We'll have to see how that works, if it's worth running. But it could be a way to get away from people. To be fair, Static Field Totem is easy killable. I can even kill it as a Shadow Priest, so we'll have to see how that works. Ethereal Form PvP talent has been removed, so that's their version of taking no physical damage from them, so that's no longer there. That's all they got. Okay. Maybe there's some class changes. I'm looking at PvP specific right now. That's going to affect mainly us Shadow Priest, but we're going over everything. Resto Shaman, new PvP talent, Rain Dance. Healing Rain is now instant, 20% more effective, and costs 30% less mana. Cleansing Waters has been removed. That's kind of unfortunate. That was a good one if you had to stack or sit in your Healing Rain. I guess this might make Healing Rain a good thing to use with Earthen Totem, maybe. Throw down an Earthen Totem, throw down a Healing Rain since it's also instant, and it heals more and it costs no mana, because I know a lot of thing was that it costs a lot of mana, so it didn't heal enough, so it wasn't worth it. But maybe throwing this down with an Earthen Totem could be good to maybe just survive with like a Healing Tide, and just be able to survive in that Earthen on goes could be good. Kind of like the Druid Mushroom, so we'll just have to see. I think that's where this is coming from. We'll have to see though. Warriors getting a big nerf here. Warbringer damage reduced by 65% and range, but range increased to 20-yard cone. So that's a big nerf there. The Warbringer, that's unfortunate. Rebound PvP talent has been redesigned. What's this? Spell Reflection reflects the next 2 incoming spells. So instead of 1, there's 2. And reflected spells. So this is a PvP talent. Deals 50% extra damage to the attacker. Ooh, so if you take a big Chaos Bolt, you're taking a big Chaos Bolt. That's unfortunate. I will tell you guys, there's a redesign that we're about to have that taking Spell Reflection off of Mind Flay is probably not going to be anything we're going to do anymore. I'll tell you right off the rip. We have to choose between Mind Flay. So that's kind of unfortunate. But we'll talk about that here in a second. Arms, duel characters in a duel are now highlighted for each other. That's kind of cool. So you know who you used it on. That's cool. And that also will probably be vice versa. They know that they were dueled. That's a good little thing for both people. It's a good way for new players to be like, oh, I'm dueled. And it's not like you're not guessing what ability to use. So it seems that's good for new player friendly. I like that. We don't care about prot. Skipping prot. Then we're going to profession stuff. All right, so we're going to go over here now, guys. Straight to Shadow. So for the rest of you guys who are watching for updates, I gave the general update. The rest of this video will be strictly Shadow Priest oriented. Here we go. Sad news, guys. Developer notes. Greetings. Oh, you act all nice. You're messing us up. We have several changes coming to Shadow Priest talents in Embers of Netherian that are aimed at addressing spec issues and adding new talent options. Button bloat. Shadow has more rotational abilities than other specializations. This is true. We do have a lot of abilities compared to others. I think we have 38 individual spells. It's a lot of spells. We're working to reduce this by having Mind Spike replace Mind Flay and removing Mind Seer. So Mind Seer is no longer a talent choice, and Mind Flay is no longer going to be a spell available to us if we're running Mind Spike. The sad thing about this is there are some good Mind Flay builds, which means you can't have Mind Spike. And there's some good Mind Spike builds, which means you can't have Mind Flay. So, and that's why I said when somebody uses Spell Reflection, you can't use Mind Flay, take it off anymore if you're running a Mind Spike build. You have to choose. I hate that so much. I loved having Mind Flay to just channel on people to get off Spell Reflections. But now we have to choose between Mind Spike and Mind Flay, which will be going through and seeing what builds are best, which of course I'll have a guide out for. Mind Seer. We feel Mind Seer as a spender was a worthy experiment in Dragonflight, but the gameplay has not been as smooth as we envisioned. We're removing the spell and focusing Shadow's AoE kit further on Psychic Link. I will say they did a great job with the Psychic Link. I did read it. We'll go into that in a second. Flooded rotation. There are times in the rotation where several spells are competing to be cast due to a proc frequency and overall insanity generation. We are adjusting some proc and insanity generation over several talents for a clearer rotational flow. Don't like the sound of that. Again, this is a PvE. I told you guys on stream literally today, I was talking about, I don't know how they're going to revamp Shadow Priest, but I guarantee you it's going to be based on PvE. this is a PvE. Everything we're gonna see is literally on PvE, because if they were doing anything PvP wise, we got gutted. I haven't started yet, but you're about to see. We're about to lose so much stuff. For higher end people, we're probably gonna adjust. I'm not gonna lie, we probably adjust to it, find out how to do things, find a different kind of build. But for lower, newer players who are getting trained and don't know what to do, this is gonna be rough when we go down to the bottom. So keep an eye. All right. Lack of distinct builds. With updates of existing talents and some new talents, we aim for more build-defining choices, such as investing in cooldowns, damage over time effects, critical damage, and shadowy apparitions. What did I say? PvE, critical strike damage. Yeah, I knew they were doing it. I had a feeling they're going to orient Shadow Priest towards crit, or towards haste crit or something for PvEers. In Dragonflight, Shadow has had access to more instant cast spells through procs and cooldowns than ever before, but it was difficult to prevent Shadow Priest from scoring kills. This PvP specific. We reduced their damage in Season 1. We've removed some of the problematic procs and cooldowns moving into 10.1, so there's more counterplay to Shadow's offense. This allows us to ease up on some of the damage nerfs to the spec. I feel like they are not in touch with Shadow Priest. What damage? What on scoring kills? We are now a Purge bot and a CC bot. That's all we are. That's all we are. I don't know where this is coming from, but it's okay. We're looking forward to hearing your feedback on the changes you made, as well as any thoughts you've had about Shadow Priest. Here we go. This Mind Seer, gone. Dark Void, gone. Coalition Shadows, gone. Puppet Master, gone. Harness Shadows, gone. All this, guys, if you guys don't know what these are right here, this is all of the procs that we got for doing extra damage per stack. So you got those 3 little Coalition Shadow stacks, and you do more damage on your Mind Spike, on your Mind Blast, so on and so forth. Those are gone. They're increasing damage, but they're taking away damage. So the baselines can be stronger, but we lost these, which would have been a great additive. So essentially, we're staying the same. Harness Shadows, Puppet Master, those are when you use your Mind Bender. You guarantee every hit to get a Coalition Shadows, which would, again, increase Mind Spike and Mind Blast damage. Then Harness Shadows, I believe, is when you got hit for the critical strike. You got a Coalition Shadows. It is what it is. That's not the worst part, guys. This right here. This makes me want to cry more than any other ability in the game. Damnation. A badass ability that they implemented in Shadowlands. Instant dots to everybody. Instant Vampiric Touch, Shadow or Pain, Devouring Plague, Applied Catharsis, procced your Unfurling Darkness. Probably an iconic ability right now for Shadow Priest has been removed. It's gone, no longer in the game. So what does that mean for us Shadow Priests who are lower or even getting trained? We don't get instant cast Damnation anymore. We have to cast dots even more. So yes, they're forcing us to cast. Shadowy Insight no longer passively grants an additional charge of Mind Blast. Effect that we got, Shadowy Insight, Shadow or Pain damage, has a chance to grant Mind Blast procs, and then you get 1 extra charge. That's gone. Shadowy Insight no longer temporarily increases the maximum charge of Mind Blast when it triggers. What would happen was if you got a Shadowy Insight proc, you'd have 3 Mind Blasts. Gone. This is a good change, but so far, we're still sad. Second Link now affects Devouring Plague and Shadow Work Death. So essentially, Pain and Death, which is up here, is baked into Psychic Link. It's a good thing, right? Baked into it. Second Link also our Devouring Plague, so potentially all of our damage goes into it. Right here, Psychic Link is now a 1-point talent instead of 2, so that's a good thing. We get 1 extra ability, and it changes locations. Where Mind Seer was, now we have it, and it's only cost 1. So that's a good. That's a positive. Psychic Link has been reworded. Your damaging single target spells deal 40% of their damage to all other targets afflicted by your Vampiric Touch within 40 yards. Does not apply to Shadow or Pain or Vampiric Touch. So all of our damage that's single targets. So Mind Blast is affected. Mind Spike is affected. Mind Flay, which if you're running that build, is affected. Mind Flay Insanity is affected. I don't know if Auspicious Spirits counts towards that, but we'll have to see. What if that worked? No, it says not Shadow Pain. I'll say I wonder if Catharsis works for that, but I don't know if that's how that's going to work. Anyways, you know, all the stuff essentially is going to work with it, but it's only 40 instead of 60%. So they nerfed the damage by 20%, but added essentially Shadow Word Death and Devouring Plague to it. So we'll have to see, allowing all of our damage to hit everything, but we'll have to see. Auspicious Spirits now causes shadowy apparitions to have a chance to generate 2 insanity instead of 1. So we get more insanity through our apparitions with Auspicious Spirits. Good thing. Oh, this one's kind of cool. I actually like this ability here. Maddening Touch now increases the damage of Vampiric Touch by 20% and generates 2 insanity as well. So not just the insanity, it also increases our dot by 20%. Good thing, right? Like, our dots are going to be doing more damage, it seems like. That's a good thing. What did I say I wanted when you guys asked me what I did want them to add? Dot damage. So this could be good, right? We'll have to see. It got increased by 5% and then 20% because of the reverted 5%. So essentially 25% more damage on our VT. Be good. We'll have to see. That could be a good thing for dot damage spread pressure. Only downside is no more damnation, so spread pressure's harder. We'll have to see. Void Torrent generates 25 insanity over restoration, was 60. That's a hard nerf. Okay, that sucks. Shadow Crash generates 6 insanity, was 15. So Shadow Crash generates less insanity. That's unfortunate. Shadow Crash no longer applies Vampiric Touch. What on earth? Remember what I said? Remember? Okay. Oh, that's unfortunate. I literally said that is a huge thing for Shadow Priest just today in stream, that we cannot lose this. This is a huge, huge thing for us to be able to spread dots. So we lost Damnation and we lost Shadow Crash. So we have essentially no instant dots anymore. All the instant dots that we got going into the expansion is gone. That's I don't even know what to say about that, guys. That's crushing. Ooh. Mind Devour now has a 48% chance to grant a free cast of Devouring Plague with 10 to 20. So they nerfed that in half. So even our proc chance to get free dots is nerfed. Mind Devour now increases the damage of your... Wait, hold on. So this is a double. Mind Devour now increases the damage of your Devouring Plague by 15% when triggered. Okay. Huh. So again, more dot damage. So if we do run this, if it gets triggered, we get a free Devouring Plague, but it also increases the damage of our Devouring Plague. Shiznit. Okay. I think this was in the first iteration of Dragonflight. I think I made a guide on the very first guide I did on PTR, when I think it's Divine Devour increased Devouring Plague damage. So now we're going to get more dot damage here, and we're getting more dot damage through Psychic Link, or spread damage through Psychic Link, and we're getting more damage through DT. So it looks like all dots, like I said. Mind Melt no longer reduces the cast time of Mind Blast. That fucking sucks. That sucks so bad. So now our Mind Blasts are still full casted, which means we don't get free Mind Blast with we don't get free Mind Blast with Mind Spike procs. That's sucky. That's sucky. Again, more casting. It's so hard right now for me. Like, as a Shadow Priest, it's so hard for me to cast right now. Like, even at my rating, my experience, it is very hard for me to think, oh, I'm just gonna sit here and cast. That's hard. I have to look at the rest of the class changes because this is rough. My mill is now a 2-point talent. Was it not a 2-point talent? Oh, my mount was a 2-point talent, wasn't it? Backed into it twice. One was 50%, or one was 25, then one was 50. Am I wrong about that? Now I gotta look back and see. Hold on. Mind Melt increases the critical strike chance of Mind Blast by 20%, was 25, so it's got nerfed there. Oh, but stacking 4 times. So essentially, you're gonna get almost 100%. You're gonna get 80% crit chance. But then that means you have to use 4 Mind Spikes. I wonder what the duration is of it. I wonder if the duration gets increased. We'll have to see. Battle of the Cthulhu can now trigger off Mind Spike and Void Torrent damage. Why Void Torrent? Mind Spike, sure, but why not Shadow or Pain? What if you're not running Void Torrent? Oh my god, Cthulhu could have been so good. Could have been so good. if it was procced up more damage. I just talked about this literally today. Auto Cthulhu now spawns a Void Lasher if there are more than 2 targets nearby, and others Y spawns a Void Tendril. So you get a stronger Void with 2 targets, so it could be good against melee. I guess you have to get lucky, right? Like, get some Mind Blast proc, but you have to use Mind Flay to trigger it. So Mind Flay and Mind Spike. Which, no, not even that, because Mind Spike takes over Mind Flay. So you can only either have only Mind Spike or only Mind Flay. That's insane. That's sad. That makes me sad. Idle Cthulhu Mind Flay damage reduced, and then it got nerfed. Idle Cthulhu Mind Sear damage increased by 75%. Is Mind Sear from Void Lasher? I think Void Lasher is the AoE one, yeah? So the single target got nerfed, but the AoE one got buffed. That just doesn't seem good. Again, for PvP. Void Tendril and Void Lasher from Auto Cthulhu generate Insanity, half the amount of Insanity. Mind Sear from Auto Cthulhu now deals reduced damage beyond 5 targets. Okay, so yeah. The cast speed of Mind Sear from Idle Cthulhu no longer scales at haste, so that it just gets. It seems like it's just getting nerfed. I didn't even think I've never seen anybody even use it. Mind Flay and Mind Sear from Idle Cthulhu, Echoing Void from Idle Nazoth, and Void Torrent now have 5% damage variance. What does that even mean? Somebody in chat, let me know what that means down below, because I have no idea what that means. A 5% damage variant. Isn't that what the difference is between them? I don't even know. Anyways, Mind Spike now replaces Mind Flay. Like I said, you have to choose one or the other. Mind Spike damage increased by 15%. That's good. Okay. So losing Coalition Shadows, but we get the 15% bonus, so we're getting damage, so we'll take it. Mind Flay Insanity has been renamed to Surge of Insanity. Surge of Insanity generates 12 Insanity over its duration. So change its name, and it took a nerf. Surge of Insanity now empowers your Mind Flay and Mind Spike. What does that mean? Powers. I don't know what that means. We'll have to see the PTR next week. Surge of Insanity now lasts 15, was 10. Oh, so the buff lasts longer, and it gets 2 charges. I really don't want it to go on Mind Flay Spike. Wait, how do you use... Okay, so now I'm confused. How do you use Surge of Insanity if you run Mind Spike when Mind Flay Insanity was a Mind Flay ability? Or is Surge of Insanity just a buffed Mind Spike or a buffed Mind Flay? Because if that's the case, that could be cool. That could be a cool ability right there. Honestly, an instant cast Mind Spike that's buffed. Because like I said, you have to either choose Mind Flare or Mind Spike, so this doesn't make a sense for a spell unless Surge of Insanity buffs. It's like a buffed up Mind Spike, which is what it seems here with the empowered ability. But no, because now it says Surge of Insanity buffs your Mind Spike. How do you get Mind Flame's... Or is Mind Flame Insanity... Yeah, okay. So I think I get it. So Mind Flame Insanity has been renamed. So you used to get a Mind Flame Insanity for your Devouring Plague. So now when you Devouring Plague, you're either going to get a Surge of Insanity buff that empowers your next Mind Flayer. I get it now. So you're going to get a buff after Devouring Plague that either gives you a big Mind Flay or a big Mind Spike. That's going to be cool. And we get 2 charges of it. I'm probably going to go with that. We'll test it on the PTR. That looks cool. Mind Flay Insanity and Mind Spike. Yep, right there. I should have just looked down 1 row. Mind Flay Insanity, which they forgot to rename it. It's Surge of Insanity. And Mind Spike Insanity have been added to the personal resources. That's cool. Although this is the wrong name, but there we go. We're going to have big Mind Spike. So it looks like we're going to have a dot Mind Spike build. This could be good. If we get instant Mind Spike damage, but we still need to get our dots out to get this build. That's the issue. No matter how good this sounds, our dots seem hard to get. Let's keep going. Streams of the Void have been redesigned. Devouring Plague causes your Shadow Word, Pain, Vampiric Touch. Screams of the Void has been redesigned. Devouring Plague causes your Shadow Word, Pain, and Vampiric Touch to deal 40 to 80% faster damage. Oh shit! Wait. This is actually insane if you think about it. So Screams of the Void used to be when you Mind Flayed somebody, it would cause all your dots to tick faster. But now, Devouring Plague causes your dots to tick faster. So essentially, every time you dot somebody and put up a Devouring Plague, they're ticking 80% faster dot ticks, and our dots got buffed. Are we really coming to dot class? I'm about to be so fucking happy, actually. Wait, I actually might take back what I said earlier about us being nerfed. I mean, we obviously got nerfed with dots, or with our dots being instant cast, but if we can make a build that's still instant cast big mind spikes and then just rot, that could be good. It all depends on the pacing of the game. It's all going to depend on how fast next season is. That we're going to have to figure out. Yeah. I'm trying to think in my head. Without Damnation and without Shadow Crash, it's going to be very hard to get this build going. But with the precog change, juking a kick, getting all your dots out, dots tick, big procs. We don't have any Dispel protection. But there's still no Dispel protection on our so far, at least. This is the farthest I've been, by the way. This is the farthest I've been on the changes. I started reading them and I had to make a video. So this is all new now to me. Okay, guys. So we have some hope on dot damage. But the only thing about why this build could be bad is, and if we had our current iteration where we had Shadow Crash and Damnation, this would be insane because we could spread our dots around. There wouldn't be enough dispels for everybody. Eventually, you Devouring Plague one person. You can even Devouring Plague a second person to make the dots tick more often. But a lot of our insanity has been nerfed. Our generating insanity has been nerfed. So we have to figure that out as well. And we have to cast a lot more. So it's up and down. It's really just, we're going to have to see the pacing because even with this, it seems cool, but when I think of it realistically, it's going to seem very hard to pay off, especially with classes that can micro-control you, right? Control your dots don't get to stay out. Without Damnation, you can't come out of CC and put your dots up. You're going to have to come out of CC. You're not going to have Shadow Crash to apply your dots, so you're going to have to come out of CC and then try to get dots up. And if you can't get dots up, especially Vampiric Touch, none of this matters. God, man, I don't know. This seems rough without Damnation. Without Damnation, this seems hard. And this is what I do. I talk to myself and figure out if it, like, at first it seems cool and if it makes sense. Alright, let's move on. Mental Decay now increases the duration of Shadow or Pain and Vampiric Touch by 2 seconds when Mind Spike is cast. That's great. That's great, but, like, we don't have spell protection. Dark Evangelism can now be triggered by Mind Spike. Dark Evangelism was one of my favorite abilities, but dots did no damage, right? This Dark Evangelism increased your dot damage. Probably gonna have to go to this spec because it seems like all the things that I want to go are based off Mind Spike, right? All the builds I want to do are based off Mind Spike, and Dark Evangelism can now be triggered by Mind Spike, so I'm probably gonna go back to Dark Evangelism to increase all my dots by 10% and do even more dot damage. So we'll have to see. Status Irie now affects Void Torrent damage. This Irie was Talbodar's stratagem, which was the Mind Blast and Void Torrent. Well, if Damnation is gone, that means we have Void Torrent now as well. Huh. We have a burst ability. Well, to think. Okay. New talent, Thought Harvester. Mind Blast gains an additional charge. So, essentially what we just had. New talent, Whispering Shadows. Shadow Crash generates an additional 6 insanity and applies Vampiric Touch. Oh, shit, we have it! Oh, cool! Oh, cool, never mind. This build could be insane then. So we do have Vampiric Touch. And Vampiric Touch will apply Misery. So we still have a way to spread. We just don't have Damnation. But we have... Okay, we still have Shadow Crash, but not Damnation. So a lot of this build can actually work. Oh, shit. Okay. This could be good, guys. I mean, worse than now, but could still be good if the damage is good enough. If the damage is good enough, this could be a really good build since we have Whispering Shadows now, which applies VT. New talent, Void Touch. Increases your Devouring Plague damage by 6% and increases your maximum insanity by 50. Oh, shit. So we're going to have a lot more insanity. So we're going to have more Devouring Plague damage, more Devouring Plague damage, more VT damage, more Mind Spike damage, more dot damage, and Devouring Plague increases your dots ticking faster. So essentially like a insinuate. I can't even say the name. The bleed ability from rogues. Essentially, our divine plague causes that, and our divine plague hits harder. This could be really good. And if our set bonus stays the same next season, our set bonus increases divine plague damage. If it stays the same, I'm just talking. But if it does, that means we're gonna have a lot of dot damage. As long as dots tick. I mean, our dots tick for fucking 6k. We'll have to see. But alright, let's move on. New talent, Master Mind. Increases the critical strike chance of Mind Blast, Mind Flay, and Mind Spike by 4%, and increases the critical strike damage by 25%. I feel like we're going to be going to haste crit build, guys. Oh, we can't even do that. Because we have versatility. How are we going to build... How are we going to do a build? Like, I'm actually confused. Like, do we still just go haste? Because crit... No, I don't think we go crit, because critical strike chance got nerfed. Yeah, I think we still just go haste first, guys. And we just get crits when we can. Probably going to run... Ancient Madness still. Could be good on burst. We'll have to see. I don't think we'll go crit for PvP, just because we need dot ticks to tick for all these procs. So, and get them out, so we're gonna need haste. And we have no way to get them out instantly, so never mind. Yeah, we're going haste first. We're going haste first. Alright. Let's see here. New talent, Phantasmal Pathogen. Shadowy apparitions deal 75 to 100 whoa! And 50% increased damage to targets affected by Devouring Plague. Devouring Plague only lasts 6 seconds. So that's going to be weird to run, right? 150% more damage. I guess when you apply Devouring Plague, it sends out a Shadowy Apparition. So I can see, like, so essentially every Devouring Plague, you're doing a big apparition. I can see that being okay. Okay, we'll have to see. I don't know if I'll run it. I have to see the talent build, but we'll see next week. New talent, Mind's Eye, reduces the insanity cost of Devouring Plague by 5. That makes it what, 45? I don't know. Throws of Pain generates 1 insanity per rank, was 3 and 5. Okay. Throws of Pain was what increased, I thought Throws of Pain increased your Shadow and Pain damage. Okay. Ancient Madness is now 1 point. Oh, cool. We got 1 point off of a lot of these things. I'm assuming to be able to pick up these new points. That's good. Very good. Dark Ascension and Void Eruption should now properly override on the action bar, so you don't gotta keep swapping out. Several nodes in the talent tree have changed position. Updated the Shadow Priest starter build. Alright. Alright, well there you guys have it. Initial thoughts. I feel like the game's gonna be a lot harder for new Shadow Priests, I'll give you that. I think for you newer Shadow Priests out there, even going through all this still requires you to have dots out. And the current issue with Shadow Priests at lower rating, or new players, or even experienced players that are struggling, is you can't cast. So no matter, even though this seems really good, this is only really insane for PvE, or if you can get dots out. If you can't get dots out, we're kind of screwed. So I think the issue with losing Damnation, because Damnation gives also an instant Unfurling Darkness, and no longer having that, which means every 30 seconds we're no longer going to have that instant spread or pressure around. I think it's going to be really hard for Shadow Priest at lower rating. Void Torrent channel, which can be kicked. If we have that, if this is not all they're adding, another thing that you have to channel, which is like a cast. I think people are going to get really good at precog and juking kicks to get precog to get this up. So I think, start practicing juking, guys. Get those jukes out of the way. Get those precogs up. I think that's the best situation we have here to get all this out. It could be good. Could be a good build with these mind spike buffs to all of our damage. But in all reality, going through it, thinking about it, I feel like this is a hard change to PvP Shadow Priest. We're just gonna have to find out a way to play around it. So, all right, guys. Next week the PTR comes out. I will test, and I'll give you guys an updated video on how it feels. you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the bottom. Follow me at twitch.tv/aphobiagaming.